Hi, I'm Jenny from Colorado. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the Private Diary channel. My parents always wanted a daughter, but they had 4 sons before I was born. That day, Mom and Dad cried with happiness. Our adorable baby. We were a poor but close-knit family. My parents had to work hard to provide for us all. My brothers practically raised me. Hey, don't do that. Yeah, I was a wild kid. One day, while my brothers were all distracted, I put a whole pack of sugar into a pot of stew. It's sweet now. Awesome, right? Sure. Michael was my favorite. He was also the oldest of us. Then, the prince defeated the dragon and married the beautiful princess. Sorry. If I were that princess, I would have stayed with the dragon. When I was in 1st grade, I had to write an essay about my family. Instead of describing Mom or Dad, I read about Michael. Michael goes to the coolest university in town. He's gonna make a lot of money soon. No way. You're dirt poor. I mean, look at the rags you're wearing, and all your brothers are morons. I'll make you eat those words. I pounced on that witch and grabbed her hair. Let me go! Stop this right now. After that fight, we both got suspended for a week. My parents were very disappointed in me. You shouldn't have gotten into a fight, Jenny. I think she did the right thing. She stood up for our family. But next time, you should try to talk things out first. When I turned 11, Michael graduated from university. He was the best student of his year. And soon he got a job at a cool IT company. I never doubted you. We're so proud of you. My essay turned out to be prophetic. Michael was earning a lot of money and soon bought a house. He helped our parents and gave me cool gifts. It might sound arrogant, but I was very pretty. As soon as Michael bought me clothes to match, I became popular at school. Jenny is so pretty. She looks like a movie star. One day, a classmate of mine offered to walk me home. However, when my brothers saw us, they weren't thrilled. Next time, we'll walk Jenny home ourselves. We'll carry your backpack too. Now get lost! After that, another classmate of mine snuck into our yard and was singing under my window. Oh, my beautiful Jenny. We better not see you here again, got it? At first, their protectiveness amused me, but it quickly got annoying. One day, when I was in high school, a climbing instructor came to our class. I'm starting a new group. You can come to a free trial of the class. I'd liked extreme sports for a long time, and was one of the first to sign up. Naturally, I didn't tell my brothers or my parents about it. You're doing great! Thanks to Michael, I had plenty of pocket money. After the trial class, I paid for a whole course and joined the new group. I kept getting better and better by the day. I was on cloud 9, at least until… Jenny! Dang it, my brothers had followed me. Don't move, I'll come get you. We've got a mattress in case you fall. If my hands hadn't been busy, I would have face-palmed. I'll help you. As you see, I had to be the one helping him, not the other way around. Why are you embarrassing me? You shouldn't do this. It's too dangerous. Michael came over for dinner that evening. Jenny signed up for climbing classes. Can you imagine? She's not a child. Let her do what she wants. Don't you care about our sister anymore? All you do is work lately. Don't say that. He helps our family. Everyone except Michael was against me, but I kept doing what I loved anyway. Did you know Wolves are giving a concert in a few days? I've already got us tickets. That crazed fans, my friend Chelsea. You know I don't listen to that kind of music. I have no idea who Wolves are. Are you serious? Wolves are amazing! Especially their lead singer. You've gotta come with me. Okay. You've convinced me. After school, I came to the climbing class as usual. Today, we're going to climb real rocks. Nothing could compare to that experience. Adrenaline was pumping through my veins. I felt like a bird set free until my foot slipped. Ow! I held onto the safety rope, but still got scratched up pretty badly. It's okay. It happens. What are you doing here? Things can't go on like this. Your safety measures suck. We should sue you for this. Calm down. It's just a scratch. Jenny, you're very talented, but if your family keeps making scenes like this, we'll have no choice but to part ways. It made my blood boil. They piss me off. Don't mind them. They're just trying to protect you. But enough about that. Look at my new car. Wow, this is yours? Will you give me a ride? Okay, I'll take care of it. Something came up. I'll stay here and work while you drive around town. You're the best! I was still mad at my brothers, and I wanted to let off some steam. Wow, It goes so fast. I was speeding through the city when a car appeared in front of me. I quickly turned the steering wheel to the side and hit the brake, but we still collided. Are you nuts? Why were you in the oncoming lane?
Because you were driving like a psycho. You trying to get my attention?
What are you talking about? Don't tell me you don't know who I am. Of course I do. A moron who shouldn't have a license. I was terrified that Michael would be mad at me for crashing his new car, but I still called him and asked him to come.
Oh, a little girl that can't deal with her own problems.
Oh, shut up!
Are you okay?
I am, but your car...
I'll pay for the repairs.
In the end, Michael handled everything and brought me home.
You should be more careful.
Of course, our brothers sometimes overreact, but you get carried away too. The next day, Chelsea and I went to the concert. My aunt is a stylist. She got us a backstage pass. We'll get to chat with the soloist, Chad. He's my favorite.
I guess I should be thrilled.
When we came backstage, I was left speechless.
I knew you were a fan.
I never should have agreed to come there. I love your music. Chad, can I take a picture with you?
Girls, how about going to a party with us after the concert?
I don't think that's a good idea. We'd love to. I wasn't gonna come, but Chelsea kept looking at me like that cat from Shrek. Okay, but only for a little while. At the party, Chelsea kept throwing herself at Chad. It was embarrassing to watch. Then Wolves asked us if we wanted to go on a bike ride. I'd rather just go home.
Just admit that you're scared.
It sounded like a challenge. I couldn't let that slide. They brought us to their studio at an abandoned factory. Apparently, they like to rehearse there. I noticed a sketchbook lying on the table.
Do you like them?
Who drew this?
I have a lot of talents. Besides singing, I also like to sketch, and I even do tattoos. By the way, I could tattoo you too. Unless you're afraid your brother will scold you, of course.
Chad hit a nerve. He was challenging me again. I like this one. Chad and I went to a separate room.
Where do you want it?
He infuriated me. But for some reason, when he touched my hand, I got goosebumps. Why did you do that? Chad spent practically all the time with you.
Don't be ridiculous.
Chelsea and I started hanging out with the Wolves a lot. I even learned to ride a bike. I was pretty good at it.
A race is gonna take place on the outskirts of town soon. Do you want to take part in it?
Of course. I immediately agreed. It was gonna be epic. You're hanging out with Chad too often. I just like extreme sports and partying, not him. Chill already. But soon, Chad asked me if I wanted to hang out, just the two of us.
I'll give you a couple of lessons before the race.
At first, we rode our bikes around the city, but then he took me to the mountains.
You know, at first, I thought you were annoying. But then I realized I was falling for you. Girls usually throw themselves at me, but you're different.
I still think you're annoying. I saw you and Chad in town. You lied. You do like him. From now on, I cannot let the two of you be alone together. Chad is the only one who can decide who he hangs out with. If he doesn't choose you, that just means he doesn't like you. I hung up and immediately regretted what I said. Chelsea's my friend. I should apologize and make up with her. The next day, I went to the race. To my surprise, Chad hugged me in front of everyone.
Don't worry, you'll do great. What are you doing?
When I saw Chelsea, I realized she'd ratted me out. That traitor. I couldn't believe I had wanted to apologize to her.
What's this?
You've clearly fallen in with a bad crowd. My brothers grabbed me and dragged me to our parents' car.
Let her go. Back off.
When we got home, my brothers told our parents everything. I never thought my daughter would cause so much trouble.
You shouldn't see that boy anymore.
That's not up for you to decide. I've heard about Chad. He's a playboy and his relationships never last. As soon as you fall for him, just break your heart. That's none of your business. This is my life.
As long as you're living in this house, you will do as we say.
Fine, then I'm leaving. Wait! My brothers tried to stop me, but I didn't listen to them. I sat in the park for a while and then called Michael. Weird, he usually answers my calls. I came to his house, but instead of my brother, a woman I didn't recognize opened the door. Is Michael here? Michael? This is my house. My stomach was in knots. I had nowhere to go, so I called Chad. He picked me up and brought me to his studio.
Make yourself at home.
Michael called me back the next morning, and we agreed to meet at a cafe. Who was that woman who opened the door when I came to your place? Michael gave me a weird look. What is it?
I don't really have a cool job. I just didn't want to upset mom and dad. I do a lot of odd jobs and I rent a small room with a friend.
What about your new car?
I worked as a mechanic at an auto repair shop and I borrowed it.
And then I broke it and you had to pay for the repairs. Despite all his lies, Michael was still perfect in my eyes.
You need to go back home.
No way, I'm not doing it. Over the next couple weeks, I lived in Chad's studio and let loose. Instead of going to school, I went to Wolves concerts, watched their rehearsals, and rode a bike.
If you want to get a part-time job, you could become our assistant.
That's actually not a bad idea. From that moment on, I put together the band's schedule and ran all sorts of errands for them. One day, Chad invited me for a walk. We wandered around the evening city and chatted.
Do you still think I'm annoying?
Okay, you're not as terrible as I thought.
I'm glad to hear it. Will you go out with me then?
Before I could answer, Chad leaned in and kissed me. It was the most exciting moment of my life. Things worked out. I was still worried about my family, though. They didn't try to contact me anymore, and my pride wouldn't let me call first. The next day, I went to the city to pick up some props for a concert. When I got back to the studio, I saw Chad and Chelsea. They were talking, and then they kissed. I immediately remembered my brother's words.
I've heard about Chad. He's a playboy, and his relationships never last. As soon as you fall for him, he'll break your heart.
I'm such an idiot.
Jenny,
Leave me alone. I had nowhere to go and almost no money left.
you haven't come to school in the last few weeks for no good reason. As the principal, I will have no choice but to expel you if you skip even one more class.
I'm sorry, it won't happen again. But why are you calling me? Shouldn't you be contacting my parents?
They didn't answer the phone.
I realized I had gone too far in my quest for independence. My family had always been close-knit, and I missed feeling loved. Are my parents okay? I should go home. Where is everyone? When I walked into the living room, the lights suddenly came on. What's going on?
I've been keeping an eye on you this whole time. I was there when you said you were going home. I hurried here and told everyone the good news. I'm sorry we put so much pressure on you. We only did it because we love you. But we will try not to do that again.
Your father and I were too strict the last time we spoke. No, you were right. I'm not ready to live by myself yet. I'll keep your secret if you want me to, but don't you want to tell them the truth?
Sorry, Jenny. As soon as you ran out of home, Mom and Dad called me. They knew you'd come to me, so I came up with a plan to make you feel totally independent. I asked my housekeeper to pretend to be the owner of my house, and I lied to you about my car. I hired someone, and we've been looking after you so you wouldn't get into too serious of any trouble. When your principal called us, we asked him to play along, too.
You're all... At first, I was mad, but then I calmed down and realized it was for the best. Being at home is great. Oh, no way am I talking to you.
You know, I was there at the studio, too. Chelsea came in shortly before you to talk to Chad. He said that at first you were just another conquest to him, but then he fell head over heels in love with you, and now you mean a lot more to him.
But he kissed Chelsea.
She kissed him when she saw you coming.
The next day, I went to the Wolves concert. During the first song, Chad saw me in the audience and suddenly came down from the stage. He took my hand and led me on stage.
Today, I'm singing for Jenny. She is the most amazing and fearless girl I know.
I managed to find a balance between studying and hanging out with Chad. By the way, we became an item. My brothers tried to accept it and stopped controlling me so much. I also picked up rock climbing again. It's still my favorite hobby. Chelsea called me a few days ago. She said that she was an idiot and asked if we could be friends again. Do you think I should give her another chance?